Good evening, YouTube. Second video of the day. Bit of a record for me. I was bored, so I was on YouTube, and I came across some interesting videos. I forget how I actually got across to it, but the essential notion was that atheists are stupid, and I'd like to respond in this particular video to megachepo or megachepo, megachepo, and I don't know your real name, so I'll just call you Mega, I guess. Don't swear so much. It takes a lot of your credibility away. If you can't express yourself in any other means than dropping the F-bomb and using vulgar terminology, it's not a good way to debate. I mean, if you want to be taken seriously, in a serious debate, which I really don't, because you didn't really make any valid points, but what you said bothered me enough that I will basically disprove what you have put forth. So, a big word that this fellow Mega likes to use is empiricist. And an empiricist is somebody who bases their reason and rationality on sensory experience, or it is a practice based on experiment and observation. I don't really see anything wrong with this. That is what modern science really is, an empirical body of knowledge. I don't see what's wrong with demanding evidence. The next point, let's move on for a little bit. We'll circle back to that. Atheists are closed-minded. I can't think of any. I can't think of anything. Any body of people more closed-minded than those who are theistic, those who belong to a creed, because those are the people that truly have dogma, and we'll talk about his incorrect use of the term dogma very soon. But those who subscribe wholeheartedly to a body of ideas, let's not call it knowledge, a body of ideas that can't be proven, and by definition won't ever be proven, I'd say those people are close-minded. Those are the people that always mock the scientific world for evolution, the theory of evolution, for the Big Bang theory, and for cosmic expansion theory. It's always these people that mock those who actually have evidence and proof, maybe not proof, but astounding evidence to back up their claims. So I would say, and if there were proof, irrefutable proof, that there was a supreme being, I would have no problem accepting it. That after I read through all the data, and it proved, irrefutably proved, that there is a supreme being that created us all, or whatever, I wouldn't hesitate to. I wouldn't believe it. I would know it. It would be a fact because it would be proven. That's the definition of open-mindedness, is accepting something that maybe you don't tend to think is very possible, but if it turns out to be true, you'll accept it nonetheless. Christianity and other theistic viewpoints are the definition of closed-minded. They will not listen to arguments based on evidence. Dogma and atheism. This fellow Mega, whatever his name is, used the word dogma a lot, and I would like to put forth the definition of dogma. Dogma is a principle or principles set forth by an authority as incontrovertibly true. Now, and this is taking a big leap, this is assuming atheists are logical beings. There are some atheists that are just atheists because it's trendy, but I wouldn't call them atheists. I wouldn't call them anything. They're just silly trend followers. Atheists are we feel this way because of our adherence to logic and common sense and rationality and reason. And in science, which is the almighty upholder of logic and reason and common sense and empiricism and experimentation and observation and information that comes forth from all of these wonderful things, in science there is no such thing as a dogma. Anything that isn't anything can be disproven, essentially. Anything that is not true can be eventually proven as not true, and we'll throw it away. The second it's not true, it's garbage, and we don't want it anymore. There's no such thing as incontrovertibly true. There's no such thing as absolute truth in science. There is always percentage of uncertainty in every measurement. There's always percentage of being wrong. And that's the beautiful thing about science and about atheism and doubt and skepticism, is that it's not okay to say there's no chance that we're wrong. Because there's no way that there's no chance that somebody's wrong on something. It's just not a reasonable way to go about thinking or living. There's always some chance that you might be wrong. There's always some chance that anything might be wrong. Maybe Einstein was wrong in his theory of relativity, and it'll be amended in the future sometime. And you know what? Science and all the rational people in the world will accept this new theory and throw away in general relativity. And you know what? You don't feel bad for Einstein if that ever happens, because Einstein would do the exact same thing. We're not doing any of this thinking or logical deduction for fame or fortune or anything. We're doing it because we want the truth and we want answers. And the only way to go about it is by using our minds and our reason to deduce any simple truths about reality. The lack of evidence in theism is one point that Mega, whatever your name is, made. It's not a bad thing. How is it bad? It's beyond evidence. It's metaphysical or epistemological, or these silly words that really don't mean a lot. But I just find I can't do it, because if you're gonna devote your life to a creed or an idea, I couldn't do it without a good amount of evidence to lead me into thinking that this is the right thing to do. And that's what science does for me. It's all evidence, it's all reason and logic, and if you're wrong, you're wrong, and we're all going to tell you, and I won't feel bad about it if I'm wrong and you told me I'm wrong, because you know what? People are wrong. We're all human. But the one thing that I won't do is base my life on something that, you know what, might be wrong, but nobody's calling us out on it. That's just, it's a weak foundation to base your life upon. And it bothers me when people like Mega use the word know. You don't know. I can't say you don't know anything. You probably know things, but you don't know these doctrines are true, or whatever it is you believe is true, because earlier in your argument you said that they're beyond proof. Well, the definition of a fact is that it's being able to be proved. And the definition of truth is that it's a fact, and the definition of knowing something is that you can prove it. You can believe things, and that's fine. Just use the term believe. Don't say you know things. Say you believe such and whatever. I don't care what you believe, but don't use the word know, because you don't know it. And I'm sorry if I'm the first one to break it to you, but you don't know it. You believe it, and I think it's silly, but go ahead and believe it. I don't care. But yeah, here's to you, Mr. Mega. If you want to respond, that's fine. If I said anything that doesn't make sense, anybody, please respond and let me know, and I will try to clarify, or if you rebuke me and you're right, I will concede. That's about it. Have a good one, YouTube.